Welcome to your favorite talk show, and I am your favorite talk show host, Mss Francois, multi-talented and super sexy. What is my show about? Why? We have candid conversations, a variety of entertainment, and we use humor to help you with your dysfunctional relationships. Today I have three lovely ladies. You know we're going into Women's Month. We celebrating the ladies, so I thought I'd have some amazing young ladies. Some of them doing things in their life, some not doing much. But we're here to meet all of these ladies. First, we're going to start with Miss Ashleigh. Hi, Ashleigh.
Hi.
So let me read your bio so people could get to know you a little. Miss Ashleigh Pottinger was raised by her Jamaican why do people always try to do your accent when they say Jamaican?
I don't know, but I love it.
Jamaican grandparents. After the passing of her two parents at an early age, she graduated from St. Paul's Nursing School and recently passed her state exam.
Yes.
She's officially a registered nurse. You heard it here on the Mss Francois Show, okay? We only produce results.
Yes.
We're going to go to the lady in the back, who is Ashleigh.
Ashleigh.
You know, it was really supposed to be Ashley. They most likely misspelled her name, so it's Ashleigh. Is that Jordan?
Jordan.
Jordan?
Yeah.
Okay. She's an entrepreneur. She crochets, actor and writer. She has a brand called, I think it's Azure and or is it Aura?
Oru.
Or okay.
Like aura.
Oh, Aura.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's called the Blue and Gold Collection. She has an associate degree in theater arts at Monroe Community College and is currently getting her BA in theater from Hunter College. Sounds like she ain't got no job! Wonderful. Now we're on to Jennifer Quinn, the only one with a man and kids
Yes.
on this panel. So y'all make sure you all listen to some of the nuggets she's going to be dropping, okay? Because she's been through all of it.
Yes.
She's an entrepreneur and she has a job. She's mayor engagement coordinator
yes.
of East Harlem.
Yes.
She's the only Muslim in her family. I don't know why she wanted to point that out. Apparently they shun her or something. She's the CEO of a mentoring program called the Earth Angels LLC, where healing, faith, and wellness is essential to the universe. Yeah, and locked down some man for 13 years. All right. So let's dive into some questions. The first one is for Jennifer. What is the reason behind starting your particular business?
My brother was murdered a year and a half ago. And me being in my community, I done seen the changes. I done seen it goes from it takes a village to raise a kid to nobody want to chip in or help nobody. So going through the healing process of me losing my brother, I felt alone. I felt alone in a room full of people. I felt alone with a million people around me. And it's like those crucial moments, you need somebody, you need that angel to, even if it's just to listen. And me not having that, I wanted to be that for somebody. So not only did I want to be that for somebody, a lot of people around me felt the same way. So I said, you know what, let's start something so where we can give back and start this process of healing. Everybody have a healing story. If they don't have one, they didn't start it yet or don't know how to start it. So I want to help them with that. So
it's always amazing to me how we take things that happen in our life and we're able to change it for good.
Yes.
Like that happened. I'm sorry to hear that happen.
Thank you.
For instance, I ain't got no man. That's why I have this show. So with that said, understanding what her journey is and strong woman to come from that and being able to give back and being an angel to someone else. Like, you must have an angel since you're a registered nurse and you passed that exam.
I have a few angels actually, but yeah.
So with that, going through something like that, with studying for anything, what are some challenges you went through to get this far? Because people don't understand what you have to go through to get that title.
Oh man, it's a sacrifice. My biggest thing was sacrifice. I used to work during the days. I started working overnights. So that was hectic and trying to figure out my study schedule while I was in school, and then once I graduated, how was I gonna conquer this test while working overnights? So it just took a lot of sacrifice and time management. If you're not dedicated with your time,
Yes.
it can really hinder you.
I agree.
Okay, again, when you don't have a man, you have more time to study. So Ashleigh, you in school. What I know you do, you have, like you said, your own business. Where do you see yourself, like hearing from someone who has a business who just finished doing her? She's a registered nurse now. Where do you see yourself and pursuing? Like you say, you're in theater. What are your goals that you have for yourself when it comes to that?
I have a whole lot of goals. I don't ever want to stop having goals. Right now, I'm working production on a show soon to go up. Can't talk about it much. And I want to be behind the scenes. I want to be on stage. I want to be the person everyone comes to for the answers. I want to be the boss. I want to be writing those shows, directing those shows, and time management is definitely a big thing. Like,
yep, she's not gonna have kids till she's 45 with all the things and goals that she has, right?
I'm not having any.
Okay, so back to you, Ashleigh. Like, even she's a baby, I consider you in a group, right? So when on your journey, who has been your mentor? Who do you look up to as you continue on your journey?
Oh my goodness. I have so many. For my crochet business, my grandmother was a seamstress. She taught me everything I needed to know about knitting, and then I taught myself crocheting from that. And I have an advisor in Rochester where I went to school. She is heavily invested in my theater career, and I thank her so much for that. Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, that's so nice. So, anyway, Ashleigh,
Yes.
since you have your license, what is your focus now?
So I was already working in the emergency department. So my plan is to continue working in the emergency department, but this time as a nurse. So my eventual goal is to travel and be a travel nurse. So I just gotta get my foot in the door and start my career.
Yeah, girl, a man in every country and
Yes.
every state. Okay, you're encouraging her to be a hoe? I
Yes,
said a
I
man in
am.
every country.
I
And every
am.
said she like, yeah, girl.
Well, if you're not
Absolutely.
married yet, I
Do
mean,
what you need to do. Yeah.
God gonna place that right man. She
Skittles
got to go out there.
Taste the rainbow, yeah.
When someone like you considers such a career as a traveling nurse, how do you think that really factors into having a family at some point or meeting someone? Oh, that is definitely nothing you care about right now.
No, it definitely is something I care
Okay,
about.
don't have to look that hungry. But
I know, right? But I definitely am someone who loves to travel, even outside of wanting to do it for work. So I'm hopeful and inviting anyone that I may or may not meet along the way. Who knows? My husband could be in Oregon. He could be in Texas. So I'm excited for where this journey can take me and who I can meet along the way.
oh, nice.
So.
Okay, let's back to the one who been locked down for 13 years, who been snapping her finger for no apparent reason. Okay,
I'm just happy for my sisters. I love to see it. I love to see it.
like you're managing your business
Yes.
and you have a full-time job.
Yes.
Then you have a man
Yes.
and you have 3 kids.
Yes.
Okay, we need to know, what are you smoking or drinking and how
Yeah.
often we should take this
Yes.
drug?
It's just gratitude. I'm grateful for my ups and my downs. When I'm down, I learn. I learn and grow from it. And not for nothing, my kids play a big part in that. My teenager, she lifts me up. I am not perfect. I have my days. I have my days where I'm like, I can't do this. It was a time where I said, who the hell, and I was talking out loud, but to myself, who the hell told me to have 3 kids? And my 9-year-old said, God.
I want to ask you, what these 2 young ladies next to you, right? With some of the things that you express and some of the things and what you do know of them, what is some advice you would give to them? Look them in the eye.
Love on yourself. I would say first and foremost, love on yourself. Yes, I've been in a relationship for 13 years. Has been one of the hardest things. Loving somebody is hard, or loving somebody correctly is hard. But loving on yourself, it sets the tone for how everybody else around you gonna love you. Me being in my relationship for 13 years, again, it was a time where I didn't love myself. I loved my relationship, my man and my kids, but more than I loved me. And it showed. To where the man that I, you understand, was with and my children it shows. Or Jennifer, it shows. Love on you. Do something for you. take a break.
In other
Do
words,
that.
don't get locked down in 13 years, okay? Then you have to cook and clean, Lord God.
Yes, it happens.
She's
No,
like,
it's
yes.
true. It happens.
She's like, I love them, but yes.
Yeah.
Ashleigh,
Yes.
we in Women History Month, right?
Yes.
So what does that mean to you?
Being a woman is just powerful.
I know you got the big titties, the ass.
I know.
What? That no?
Oh, shoot.
Okay,
No,
okay.
no. For me, being a woman is just empowering. I don't have any children, but I'm an auntie to many, even because I am one of 9. But even outside of my siblings, my friends' kids, and it's just the love and compassion that women give. It's indescribable. And yes, we need men for
For some. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
for multiple reasons. But being a woman is just the cultivation that comes from women, the wisdom, the love, the outpouring of themselves all the time.
Yes.
Just extending yourself as a person, individual, whether your role is sister, friend, cousin, or auntie like myself. It's just you fulfill a role that is needed.
And let me ask you a question. With the traveling and all the things you have for yourself, right? In your mind, because a lot of women do have it, they say we have this ticking clock or whatever. In your mind, are you going to be like, okay, I'm 37 now. I'm going to start looking for a man.
No,
Or
I don't.
I want to have kids at this age. Do
Well,
you have a
I think
time?
for myself, I don't have a time because I don't want to be a person to have a kid just to say I have a child
Yes.
or to do it on a timeline. I would like my child to come from love, to know what love is, and to grow up in a household with both parents. That's, even though it's not my biological parents, my grandparents gave that to me, and I would like to replicate that for my children.
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice. Ashleigh, well, you mentioned your grandmother was one of your mentors, and she showed you how to do that old people thing. What you call it?
Crocheting.
Crocheting. Okay, when a young person such as yourself and someone is like, you crochet, what typically they're like, oh, isn't that old people? Like, who does that? Why would I want to do that? So why do you like that so much? Beside the fact that you have so much time on your hand, but go ahead.
I don't have that much time on my hands, but I don't get that a lot actually.
So people
I
see
guess-
crochet and go, oh my God, wow. What do they?
You know, handmade stuff is back in now. It's like a
Yeah.
whole trend, and young people are doing it. So
Yeah.
they all look at it and they're just like, I want one.
Right.
That's like the first thing that they say, and they don't even know what I'm making. But I don't know. It's just, it's always been something I wanted to do. Just
Is it calming
Making-
or?
It used to be when it wasn't a job. It was calming when I was doing it as a hobby, yes. Now that people want stuff, it's not calming anymore.
Right.
But it feels good to like make something with your hands. Make something yourself that if you're blaming anyone, you know, there's blame on yourself and you can correct it and you know what you're doing, yeah.
Okay, with that said, she brought a few pieces and I wanted to kind of highlight it and find out some information on it. So what are these? Is it scarves? Is it a dress? What is it?
So these are shoes, no. So these are different kind of hats. Actually, I didn't have a pattern or anything. I just kind of made on the spot. There are 2 bucket hats and then there's a beret.
So bucket hat means it's because it's curved a certain way?
Yeah, like an upside down bucket.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I
that's the
didn't even
thing.
know that. And how do you decide on the colors? Or is a team in mind, or you pick out whatever is the cheapest crochet thing, or you're like, oh, this is cheap, so let me just start knitting. Or how do you come up with it?
Whatever I have the most of and can do a lot with, you know, because trial and error, and I need a lot of yarn in case I mistake. And the rainbow one actually is yarn passed down from my grandmother, great grandmother, yeah.
Really? That's so cool.
She just gives me her yarn sometimes, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And
what else do you do beside hats?
I do, honestly, anything that anyone asks for. I make pouches, bags,
What about bathing
earrings.
suits?
I put in a bathing
I
suit
do
request.
that's
today.
all
I
I
put in a
She
bathing.
did.
I put in a
I
bathing
make bathing
request.
suits,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm contacting you.
Bathing
I
suits,
say I need a
bikinis.
bright color. For the summer.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
I'm coming
awesome.
to you.
Yeah.
And how long, like for one of the hats, for instance, how long would it take you to make something like that?
Uninterrupted, about 3 or 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, depending on the pattern. I think the green and purple one I actually did in 2 hours. But I think I might have been on 5 hour energy. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. I can't read.
That's the same thing Jennifer been taking to in order to manage her life.
Absolutely.
You need to bottle that up, Jennifer.
Yep, you are absolutely right.
Yeah.
So, because something like that, it takes so much time. How do you even come up? Because you make it into, you want to make it into a business. How do you even come up with pricing for something like that? That's because that's a lot of time. It's not like you're making lemonade.
Yeah, and I had a hard time with pricing a lot in the beginning. My cousin kept saying, you know, you're making this by hand, it's you alone. You feel free to charge out the wazoo. And then I was like, well, I mean, I don't want to charge as much as those overpriced high-end people are charging. That's the reason I'm doing this.
Jennifer, you mentioned you already have your business. What is the first thing? Because she didn't fully do the whole business thing. This is her dream, and this is what she's pursuing. What is one thing you would tell her in order to start getting her business together?
Start with goals, short-term goals on what you want to accomplish with your business, and go for it. I would say go for it because we always get stagnated in the planning phase. You write it down, or we have it in our mind, and we don't go for it.
Right.
Jump, fail,
That's your accountability partner right there.
Yes, I'm calling you. Yeah.
fail, because you only grow and learn when you fail.
Yeah.
So I would just say that. Write your goals, your short-term, long-term, and jump and go for it.
Okay, don't make sure you have a parachute at the bottom somewhere.
Right.
Actually, you know what? The first thing I think of when I hear your profession, right? I think COVID. You're an essential person. Like even during COVID, did that ever come up in your mind? Like I think this is not the best profession for me.
Well, I actually worked in the heart of COVID, and I started my nursing school career during COVID. So I think COVID actually amplified my desire to want to be a nurse. My grandmother was a nurse, so I saw it in the house. And then working COVID, seeing people die literally in front of you within minutes of them entering the emergency room, because you have to remember the emergency room sees everyone, no matter where they get discharged, go up on the floor, go to a different unit. We see everyone from the start. So COVID really cemented that this is the career for me.
Mental problems.
Accurate.
Okay, so just like I asked Ashleigh the question about what does Women's History Month mean to you, what does Women's History Month mean to you, Jennifer?
Power. It means power. A lot of times, or for years, women were put to the back. Even in today's society, a lot of religions, a lot of cultures, the woman is in the back. To give us a month to shine, to give us a month to show that we are powerful just like anybody else, it means power to me. Because it gives me that. So that's what it means to me.
Awesome.
Yes.
Now that Ashleigh wrote down that same answer, Ashleigh, what does Women's History Month mean to you, my dear?
Power. No. Diversity. Like
yes.
you never meet the same woman twice, the same kind of woman. And you know, I was also a tomboy. That kind of negates what I just said. But but I never was, you know, treated like less of a woman or more of if I wore skirts or whatever. I think women tend to be more accepting of each other, and I love that. I love that for us.
Yeah, well, okay. She lied because we women be busy hating each other. Right now, I'm like,
true.
why Jennifer come up here with her colorful outfit trying to outdo me? We just be hating on each other. So I don't know why Ashleigh just lying about this, right? Ashleigh, I'm so fascinated with you being a nurse because blood and just everything about it seems like no thanks.
It's not the best smelling job all the time, but.
Do you think you could, beside the traveling and stuff like that, in the future, would you make that anyway like a business or have your own practice or anything along those lines?
I don't necessarily know what I would do as far as business-wise. Part of me feels as though I'd make a great professor. So sometimes I feel like being a nursing professor would be really great for me. But it's also not the most lucrative part of nursing. So I still got bills and student loans. So I'm not really sure what's next as far as after getting into the emergency department and then going forward. I do know I want to continue my education, whether that be going to school to become a psychiatric nurse practitioner or get my doctorate in nursing. I don't know what avenue I'm going to take, but I definitely know continuing my education is there.
So with all the stuff you have done so far and all the big goals you have, what is one thing you would tell someone who is coming up behind you that want to pursue something like what you're pursuing?
Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. This is not my first degree. I went back to school. But I always knew that healthcare was for me. I didn't know what avenue at the time, and I wasn't sure how I was going to get there. But once I saw that I passed, the sense of I did it is indescribable. It has been a long journey. And even talking about it, I can feel that my eyes welling up. But it's just, don't give up. That's my biggest like piece of advice I can give anybody. Even in the darkest of times, it will get better.
Awesome. So, like in general, right, with everyone, Women's History Month, we all have goals, we have businesses, things we're pursuing. And you mentioned that you had a mentor. Your grandma was like your mentor. Who was your biggest mentor? Besides me.
Myself.
So, wow.
Because I learned a lot of time people are afraid to fail or afraid to mess up. Not me. I honestly like messing up because I like for somebody to be like, you did it this way. That's not how it goes, or it should be this way, because I like learning. Not only am I a teachable person, I'm a person that like to be taught. So I would say I'm my biggest mentor, but my 15-year-old daughter. She shows me strength that sometimes I don't even think I have. And I'm looking at her like, wow. And growing up, as kids, we was what the seen, not heard.
Right.
I'm learning that it's the total opposite. We see the negative in this generation. This generation have so much to give to us, and we learn from it. So I would say my daughter is one of my biggest mentors, and she helps me from the time God said I was working with her.
So, beside that beautiful answer, what we all want to know is why the hell you with this man 13 years and you just get engaged a year and a half ago? Let me hear that. Because this one jotting down advice. She like, nah.
I was waiting for that.
Let me tell you all, this is how this normally works. This one in the back, the baby of the group, oh, that ain't going to happen to me. He going to give me a ring in 2 years. Hers might be 15 years, okay? And this one here, Ashley, is like, well, I'm going to have so many men all over the world. That doesn't even concern me. You can't get me to stick nowhere. So, yes, tell us.
We move when we are ready. I had to wait till God made him ready for me and me ready for him. From the time I met him until now, we are totally different people. And a lot of times we get stuck on who we met. And we don't appreciate who is this person becoming. And we don't accept it. So now I want this and I want that, never thinking about what he or she might want. So it was a lot of that, and I was in that mind frame. What's taking you so long? Like, come on, it's been too long. I'm not gonna wait.
So let me ask you, since God, and we waited on God's timing, right? So how long God gonna wait till the marriage?
So, to be honest, a title and a ring don't signifies what I have.
I don't want none of you all to shout that out. No.
No, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of times we put a title and we put like little things to sit here and solidify what we have. I didn't need
So
this.
if you don't get married, it
I'm
doesn't
okay.
matter to
No,
you?
I'm okay.
How do you all feel if you don't get married? Does it matter to you guys
Well,
or not?
for me-
Because I know you all got to walk out with her in case she try to fight you. And she looked like she could fight.
No, for me, I just feel as though I grew up with my grandparents, and they've been married almost 60 plus years.
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
I
No, 50 years, those years he was cheating, but the 10 years was the good part.
I respect the union of marriage, and I understand the legality of marriage. I understand like it might be a title, and everyone is entitled to however they feel.
Yeah.
But God forbid your husband or your fiance passes away today. It's like you aren't entitled to certain things, or there's common laws, but legally that's not your husband.
Oh,
And
somebody been listening to Autumn Green.
I might have picked up a thing or two. But, I see both sides. I see both sides, and I think that people should move on their timing and what's comfortable for their relationship. But I also understand the benefits that come from being married,
Yes.
especially because you guys have been together for so long. I'm sure there's nothing you don't know about each other, and the dynamics of your relationship work best for you. So I see both sides.
Oh, that's such a college answer. You see why she lived most of her life in school? Because she could answer these questions and make it sound beautiful. Miss Lady in the back, just so you know, you shouldn't be looking for no man. Okay?
Not right now, at least.
I just making
No,
sure
not
we
right now,
clear.
at least.
I just got out of horrible relationships. I'm not going back anytime
Good.
soon. No.
Like, anything you want to tell him now? So you want me to tell him?
Can I say kiss my ass? On
Oh,
screen?
kiss my, well, not mine, hers.
Kiss my ass.
So I like the fact that we all three different people, background, stuff that your experiences in life is different, and definitely I hope some stuff that Jennifer said rubbed off, and you all rubbed off on each
Yes.
other.
Yes, you did.
So with that said, tell everybody exactly where they could, if they, in case she's not looking for no man, so don't be hitting up her DMs, okay? She like 12. Okay, and we all know this one right here, you can't even find her. She ain't gonna be in no state.
She's gonna be
too
traveling
long.
around. She's gonna be around the world.
So Ashley, where can they find you if they wanna look
They
you
can
up?
find me on Instagram. My Instagram is ashlamundo. And I also am on Facebook at Ashleigh Diane.
Okay. Ashley.
I probably shouldn't give since I'm 12. My Instagram is brandazurezauro.
And don't be hitting her up unless you're gonna purchase something.
Yes, that's my business one. Yes, correct. You don't need my personal because I'm 12.
Awesome, Jennifer.
My personal is Modest Mother, and my business is the Earth Angels. And the reason I'm giving the personal is because I do a lot of inspirational speaking, so I do a lot of drop-ins and videos. So tap in to that, tap into the tea club, the Earth Angels Club, where I spread spiritual tea, healing tea, and fun tea. So lock in.
Tea song expensive.
All right.
With that, guys, that's another episode of the Mss Francois Show. I want to thank Ashley, and Jennifer for blessing me with their parents and sharing their gems with us. And with that said, you all know where to find me on all social media. That's Mss Francois. And always remember, Mss Francois is always saying exactly what you're thinking.